Hey dudes, John here with
Mr. Hat Guy
and
Lieutenant William. Lieutenant William.
And today we're gonna be doing stuff.
Dudes do stuff.
Yeah,
we're going to make a TNT bath bomb.
We're gonna make a TNT bath bomb. Now, we noticed that there's a lack of Minecraft or even like boy style bath bombs in general. Just period. They're all intended for the females, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But we figure Liam still takes baths, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we figured we'd make something fun for him to use in the bathtub. So we figured we'd make some TNT, it's this style right here, bath bomb, and something similar to this shape as well. Well, there's a lack of TNT molds out there. Let me tell you. So we went ahead and went
through a lack of molds out there.
Yeah. So we went through the effort of making
but there isn't a lack of fungi.
So I went through the effort of making this mold here. It's just 4 pieces of wood. I took a couple pieces of other wood to use to stamp it down a little bit, make it tight.
I think I know how you did it.
And if you just want to build it yourself, I have instructions here, and I'll put a link right over here for you guys to download this for free. It doesn't cost anything. It's just a little printout. Has little instructions on how to build a little frame.
What's better than free stuff?
Yeah, free stuff. Why not? It's got our logo on it.
Free stuff.
Not that you guys care, but that's besides the point. But that's what we're going to be doing. So we're going to be putting the mold into here and making a TNT little thing. But we're going to go a step further, and we're going to make it a little more exciting for Liam here, so he has something to look forward to, not just a bath bomb, which is fun in itself because they fizz and they bubble up if you guys have ever seen one. And we'll throw one in there in the water when we're all said and done. But you guys have also seen these guys here, the little, what are these ones? The Minecraft. This one's a chess series. They're the little minifigures that they sell at the store. They're like $3.50 at Target. This one has, looks like Alex with a diamond sword and a shield. If you guys can see that. Can you guys see that? Yeah. And, hi. We're going to be putting her actually inside of, that's enough. We're going to be putting her inside of this bath bomb as well. So let's go ahead and set her up over here. She can chill while we do this. The things we're going to be needing are some tools, of course. I'm using a cutting board only so we don't damage the countertops here. And we're going to also need an 1/8 cup and a 1/4 cup measuring thing. We need some
lots and lots of teaspoons.
Measuring spoons. You only need the tablespoon, but they're all attached, so they're all there. Nonetheless, you also need a bowl, a good mixing bowl.
With a lid?
A lid is really helpful. That way you don't have to worry about it spilling out. That's what we're going to be using at least. You don't have to use this. You can use a whisk. But I've noticed in the past, because Mommy HD makes a lot of this type of stuff on her own for herself, but this is the first time us boys are doing it. So, so I figured this would be a little less messy than trying to mix it up on our own.
Guys,
baking.
I have this one, the golden zombie.
You do have the golden zombie. Very good. We've got a few of those, don't we?
Yeah.
All right. So other things we're going to be needing are
baking soda, cornstarch, Epsom salt, and a little bit of
red. We're going to be using red only because the TNT is red. It may end up being on the pink side, only because you need a lot of red to make things red. So we're going to try not to use too much of it. Also, we don't want it to be too wet because it starts to react, and that's what we don't want. We want it to stay.
Starts to fizz.
Yeah, we don't want it to do that. So we're also going to need a little bit of citric acid. There are other recipes for this. You guys can look those up online, but this is the recipe we're going to be using today. You can also use whatever scent you want for it to smell like. These are the scents that we just happened to grab really quick. Some lavender, I think some peppermint, and some eucalyptus. Over here, together they smell really, really, really good, actually. And then he ends up smelling really good when he gets out of the bath, which is kind of nice. And of course, our mold here. So the first step we're going to be needing to do is let's go ahead and set this stuff aside. And let's go put this right here. Put the die right there. Got this guy here, and these guys over here. We're going to be needing to get a strip of paper. Cut a 2-inch strip of paper off of just a regular sheet of paper. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to place this inside. Now, I place it against one edge over here, and I kind of run my finger until it creases. And then I just go ahead and fold it on that side right there, remembering which side I started on, because this is not a perfect square. It's as perfect as I could get it for as fast as I was making it. So, but it's pretty close, honestly.
It's taking like 30 minutes. heat outside.
Yeah, it did take a little bit of time, but it's also freezing. I don't know if you guys can see in the background.
It's
It's snowing back there. I don't know if you guys can see it through the camera or not behind my head, but it is snowing out there.
Snow.
All right, folded it all up, and
Magic.
it's all in there. All right.
Magic.
Okay, so it's okay if it sticks out. This is basically just to get it to release. I think it goes in one way better than the other. This is just to get it to release a lot easier, and so the sides are releasing. Now, I did choose to use the wood I use has a rough side on the outside. I think the stick of wood was like $1.50 from Home Depot. Big old giant stick of it. I just cut off little tiny pieces of it to use for this project. But the inside of the wood is, the one side of the wood is smooth, and it helped out a great deal. Okay, so now let's go ahead and put together our mix. The first thing we're going to need is we're going to use an 1/8 cup of Epsom salt. We're going to go ahead and start that in our bowl right here. We're going to use an 1/8 cup of Epsom salt, which is wrong.
Dad, do I look different?
There's something strange about Ethan. I can't figure out what it is. So this thing has like 2 measurements on it. The half point is the 1/8 cup, and the top. Yes, you may.
Okay.
Actually, let's go ahead and fill that.
It's
Looks like a little bit short. Okay, go ahead and dump that in there.
It's snowing.
Okay, that's our Epsom salt. We need a 1/4 cup of baking soda. Let's go ahead and pop this open. Go ahead and dump that in there, Ethan. Oh, you know what? Liam can do the powders, and you can do this other stuff. Okay, we got our baking soda in there. We got an 1/8 cup of cornstarch. This bag is kind of ripped funny. It's gonna be a mess.
I'm
So
Dad's
that's its
size.
name, ripped funny.
Hey everybody, I'm Dad's size.
Whoa.
Okay, that's our cornstarch. And then the last thing we need is we need an 1/8 cup of some citric acid. Citric acid, you can't find at every grocery store. You can find it at a lot of them. This one I think it's now, I can't remember where we got,
You think you would be able to use
where we
like
got this
malic
from,
acid?
quite honestly.
You think you
This is an 1/8 cup of citric acid. Go ahead and dump it in there.
It doesn't smell good.
Yeah, that doesn't smell good. It looks like snow.
Yeah, it does look like outside right now. So now we're gonna put our lid on. The lid doesn't stay on altogether
I got tape.
for whatever reason.
I got tape.
So I'm trying to hold it as tight as I can. Okay, then we're gonna let it sit for a few seconds so we can let the dust settle, because if we don't, it's gonna be all puffy. It's gonna puff out the dust cloud everywhere, and I really don't want to breathe it in. So there we go. Okay, so now it's all nice and mixed together.
That was 16 seconds.
So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna set this stuff aside now, and we're gonna go ahead and start mixing our liquids together. First thing we're gonna need is, so you're supposed to use vegetable oil, but you can use other types of oil like coconut oil. So that's what we're gonna be using. I'm gonna go grab the coconut oil. I'll be right back. We're using 1 teaspoon of coconut oil. So we're gonna dump this into our little measuring tiny glass. You can use a shot glass or something small that you're gonna measure with. And then we're gonna be using, what else? We're gonna also need 1.5 teaspoons. This is gonna be 1.5 teaspoons. So I need this and that. Okay. And then we need 1 teaspoon of water. 1 teaspoon of water right here. That's just regular tap water will do the trick. We're also going to need 12 to 15 drops of food coloring. So let's go ahead and add some food coloring to our mix. Okay. We're going to add some scent to our dealie here.
Don't do too much, otherwise it like stings your eyes.
Yeah, so we're just going to do a few drops because I don't want to burn Liam's little eyes.
For what?
For the bath bombs. 1, 2, 3. It says, where we got the recipe from, I'll put a link to it below. We got it from another YouTuber named Grant Thompson, King of Random. But he suggests 20 to 40 drops of essential oils. Now, if you're okay with a lot of scent, that's awesome. When we use the stuff to like vaporize the air with, to smell in the room, we only use 2 or 3 drops. The stuff is really, really potent. So,
it smells like
this smells like candy canes in here. I put 3 drops in there, and this whole room smells like freaking Christmas right now. So,
We wish you a merry. Oh, it's
wait,
not
no,
Christmas
it's not
anymore.
Christmas. All right, so we're gonna do some eucalyptus because eucalyptus smells amazing too. We're gonna do 3 or 4 drops of that. That stuff, it feels nice on your skin, I guess, but it also smells really, really good. And we'll do a little bit of lavender. We'll just add a couple drops of lavender as well. 1, 2. Smells good. Smells good. Smells good.
Smells like little plants anyway.
Smells nice. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna use the back of this fork here, and I'm gonna mix this up a little bit. Okay, so now we're gonna pour it in here, but do not just pour it in all at once. What's gonna happen is
It'll like start a reaction and it won't be good.
Yeah, exactly. It'll start the chemical reaction that you want to happen in the tub, not in the bowl. So while I'm whisking in here like so, Ethan's gonna drop in drop by drop. Go ahead. Yep, just like that, little tiny bit at a time.
Don't drip it all at once.
Yeah, slower, 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 slower. You can actually see it going right now. You can hear it fizzing. You can hear it fizzing. Okay, this is gonna be a good color red. It's not gonna actually be pink. It's gonna actually turn out pretty red.
Yeah,
so
it looks like about the same.
Okay. Let's go ahead and we're gonna pull the fork out and we're gonna give it one more good shake with the lid on. Make sure the lid's on really tight here because it really does need to mix up pretty well.
Ooh.
Okay, so now it looks like now it should look lumpy like this. Now we're gonna take our mold here with a paper lined inside of it. We're gonna put it flat on any flat surface that you're gonna use, and you're going to spoon this stuff towards the middle of it, right in the middle. And I'm gonna put about a spoon and a half, and then we're gonna take this guy right here, and we're going to mash it down.
Wow.
Yeah.
Our dad's crazy.
I would go get a hammer, but I have this meat tenderizer in the room, so I'm just gonna use this. And it's just like literally just tap it down, just so it's nice and packed, because that's what you want it to be, super tight packed thing. You don't want it to be loose at all. Okay. So let's go ahead and check that out. Now where's Alex? Alex is right here. So now we need to put Alex down at the very bottom. After the 1.5, we want to make sure that there's enough room for Alex in here, or any one of the Minecraft little tools that toys we're gonna be using, and put her feet into the bottom of it. And now we're gonna spoon some more of this stuff on top of her. We're gonna put it around the edges. So now I'm gonna put it all around her, and I'm gonna kind of push it down on the edges with the spoon that I'm using right now. You could use the measuring spoons that you started out with, but I just grabbed another regular kitchen spoon. And then I'm going to, let's go ahead, we're gonna spoon some more on top of her right here. And then we're gonna mash it down again because we do still want it to be tight packed. We can't have it loose. The problem with having things inside of it is because you don't want to crush whatever item you have in there. So you want to make.
You might have just crushed her head.
Oh, I don't mind crushing her. She's made out of rubber, so it's okay.
Yeah, she can
She can swoosh down a little bit, and it's not going to break her. I'm not going to use the mallet at this point because I don't want to damage Alex. So I'm going to I'll just give it a little tap in the corners here.
And one nice one in the middle.
And then we're going to actually grab some more of this stuff and put it on top. And we're not going to fill it up all the way to the top, but we are going to get pretty close. Probably about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch from the top should do it. Right now we're about 1/2 inch. This mix should make almost one entire. Actually, I think we're good right here.
Yeah.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this guy, carefully remove it, and we're going to put him in the freezer for about 10 to 15 minutes. Let's go do that really quick. I'll be right back. Oh, and I almost forgot. Before we pop it into the freezer, I'm going to take a little piece of black string right here for the fuse on top. So it's about 3 inches long. I'm going to tie a knot at the very, very bottom of it, just so it sticks inside of the mixture here. I'm going to go ahead and knot this at the very bottom, like right about there. Right there. And then I'm going to take my spoon. I'm going to dig up a little tiny hole, probably about 1/2 inch deep. I'm going to put that in there, and I'm going to bury that bit of the fuse. But I want it to be as close to center as possible. And then we're going to go ahead and mash it back down once again. Like so. Now you could take that same fuse that we just put in there and tie it to the toy that's inside. I didn't go through the effort of doing that, but that is something that's a possibility. You can, of course, you could do that if you so chose. But I almost forgot about the fuse altogether, so I figured I'd add it in there right before we get done. And it does smell really good.
It smells
all right, dude.
great.
So it's all frozen right now, and it should come out because of the paper. It should come out really easily. I'm just gonna fold the paper in, kind of like so, onto itself.
And smash
Then
it.
like push it out.
And I'm going to push it out really carefully. See, look at that. It just should come right on out. Pretty easily.
Real easily.
Okay? Then we have ourselves our little cube here, and we can peel the paper off very slowly. It might still be a little sticky, a little wet on the inside. because
We froze it.
we froze it. We didn't let it dry. We're only doing this so we can hurry up and show you guys. Normally you would let this dry overnight. Like, it does look pretty cool already. It looks like a little bath cube as it is. It could be a little more leveled off on the top. We'll worry about that another time. I did cut out this little strip here. It says TNT. I do have this right here as well for you dudes and dudettes to download as well to make it look a little more professional, look like TNT. Also free to download. I'll put a link right over here for you guys to go ahead and click on it and you can download this. Yeah, as well as the instructions to make the little frame. And what we're going to do is we're going to kind of wrap it around this dude here, and we're going to glue it on there with a little bit of just a glue stick here. We're going to add a little bit of pull that cap off.
Glue.
Superman.
Do a little glue right there, and we'll go ahead and we'll stick this dude on there, and it'll look like a little thing of TNT. Check that out. That's pretty cool.
Daddy, you need a top and a bottom.
We do have tops for you dudes and dudettes to cut out as well. You get the little top going on there with the fuse. I'm not going to glue it on there. I'm just going to kind of place it for right now. I kind of put it on the right side. There we go. And there we go, dudes. You got a little little TNT bath bomb. Check it out. Anyways, guys, I hope you dudes enjoyed this video. I know we did enjoy making this. We're gonna go give this a go in Liam's bath in a little bit. If you guys did enjoy this, don't forget to give us a big fat thumbs up down below. It's greatly appreciated. And if you're at all new to our channel, dudes and dudettes, if you can click that subscribe button as well, and then afterwards click the little bell. It turns on notification. It lets you guys know when we upload our daily videos. And until next time, guys, see ya!